Welcome to another episode of Signals from the Inside, where we decode the symptoms no one else can explain so you can finally understand what your body is trying to tell you. And on today's episode, I'm your host, Maisie Lovett. We're going to be going over what a stress map actually shows you and why it changes everything. So, one of the questions that I want to ask you to start out with is if you could see exactly where your body is holding on to stress. I'm talking, look, I even brought my little picture with me. We're talking organs, systems, functions, where you could get a map that looks just like this of your body that says, yes, you are holding on to stress in your right thigh. Yes, you're holding on to it in your kidneys, your adrenal glands, your liver, your gallbladder. If you could get answers to those places that you are having symptoms or issues and what it's connected to, where did it come from? How did it originate? The time period, the age, and why these symptoms are happening, everything would start to make sense. Everything would start to make sense because you could see it on the inside and you could get a map of everything, how everything is connected. Because right now, where I find a lot of women come to me before doing a stress map, they're guessing. They're guessing. They've gone to doctors, they've gone to different naturopathic physicians or other practitioners, and they're just trying different things. It's like throwing spaghetti noodles at the wall and hoping something sticks, but they don't actually know what's going on. Now they're running labs, they're running tests, but it's not telling them deeper rooted issues. They're also not asking them the right questions. They're not asking, well, how's your home life? How'd you grow up? What kind of stresses are you under? How's your work? How's your finances? How's your kids? What are you thinking about daily? How's your friends? Who's checking in on you? Nobody's asking those questions. This is why I created a stress map, because we look at your body differently, not just by symptoms, but by what the symptoms mean. And if you've been following through here, you've gone through a couple of my other episodes. If you haven't, I'm going to encourage, go listen to them. Symptoms equal stories. Go check them out. Because everything that's happening in your symptoms has a deeper meaning. And a stress map is going to help you identify where your body is holding on to that stress, understanding how it's showing up physically. What is it connected to? Your body is a communication system. All your organs, your systems, your functions, everything's talking to one another. Your cells are talking to one another. Tissues are talking to one another. Your arms, my brain is telling my arms what to do because I'm not the person to sit still. It's also explaining to you what patterns and experiences you've been through that are still playing out today, even if you don't think about them. Trauma isn't something that just lives in your mind. And it's not something that just comes up whenever there's a trigger. Why does a trigger happen in the first place? If you're not thinking about it all the time, it shouldn't be triggering you. It's because trauma lives in your body. It's connected to patterns and experiences you have had in your life. And it also shows you what your body actually needs next. So instead of guessing, you get full clarity. I have ladies that come in who are like, well, I don't need another nutritionist. Well, I don't need another personal trainer. I already have somebody. Okay, well, let's look at how you're working out and how is that affecting your nervous system? How is that affecting your gut? How is that actually affecting your hormones? How is it affecting your fatigue and your anxiety? If your nervous system is in a chronic state of stress, symptoms will always persist. Your body has to learn what safety is. And when safety doesn't exist, everything's in fight and flight. So we might need to adjust and tweak your nutrition, your workouts. And look, I'm a nutritionist, I'm a personal trainer, I do these things. We adjust them. But we also need to look deeper, right? Your gut issues, they're going to be linked to some kind of pressure you're holding in. Whether it's pressure to perform, pressure to perfect, anxiety comes up through there. Your weight resistance, the reason that the scale isn't moving, it's a protection. It's a safety pattern that your body is stuck in. And sometimes we don't see the patterns until somebody else shows us the patterns. Fatigue. Fatigue is long-term output without recovery, meaning you've been doing all the things for so long and there's no rest or recovery. because that probably feels like being lazy. Anxiety, your body's just stuck in alert. And when you start to see your body in this way, you start to look at it from the perspective of, oh, here's the dot connections. Here's the things that my body is holding on to. Here's what it actually means. The things that nobody tells you, it's no longer confusing. It actually makes sense. So what we do inside of a stress map, it's not another plan. I'm not giving you another plan or another workout regimen or another list of things you need to be doing. It's how to understand your body that's unique to you, the experiences that's unique to you that you've been through. Where's your body storing it? So that everything you do actually works for your health or your weight loss, the hormones, all of it. So you actually feel more like you. And one of the most common things that my clients will say after we do a stress map is, oh my God, this makes sense. Oh my God, how accurate. I don't feel crazy anymore. I feel like I feel like I'm finally seen and heard and somebody understands me. And I even feel like I actually can understand and grasp what's going on. It's not about science. It's not about anatomy and physiology and learning all the organs and systems and things like that. It's just about understanding your body. What is she trying to tell you? And then you stop fighting it and you start being able to work with it. So that's when things start to shift a lot faster and a lot easier. This is the space where symptoms start to decrease. And you're no longer guessing at what's working and what isn't. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Because you're probably doing a lot of right things, not wrong things. It's just the one thing you haven't done yet. And then your body is able to respond to what it actually needs and what you're doing. So if you're ready to stop circling the problem and actually solve it, I invite you to DM me MAP. We'll look at what's really going on, your symptoms, your current nutrition, current workouts. We'll see where you need to make some tweaks and map out your next step. And of course, as always, if you like the content that I'm putting out, I invite you to like, follow, share, and subscribe. And otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.